Welcome back, my lovelies, my cherubs, my angels. I have the most exciting news ever. Something that I've dreamed of since I was a little girl is having a dog, and my mum always got cats, and I'll be honest, I don't really like cats. So with great pleasure, the big announcement is I am getting a dog. I'm getting a puppy. I am finally going to become a dog mum. I'm ready for the responsibilities. Come at me. I'm gonna be a dog mum. What more can I say? So yeah, I just wanted to do a video. I also wanted to document kind of me first getting a puppy. Like, I've never had dogs at home. In fact, that's a lie. My mum used to go out with someone who had a Rottweiler, and I loved this dog. So I've always, since then, really loved big dogs. Now, we decided to go for a Hungarian Vizsla because one, they're beautiful, two, they don't shed loads, and three, they're really good family dogs. They're quite intelligent, so they're easy to train. However, I just wanted to document it really, and you know, today on this episode, I'm going to go through the things I've prepared, the books that I've bought, the things that I think I'm going to do to make my puppy feel at home, just like the main decisions really that a lot of pet owners have to make, especially in the first month. It's really important when they're coming home. So I just wanted to share it with you. I wanted you to kind of get an insight into me being a mum, first time mum. And I'm just so excited. So I'll talk a bit more about the choice of the breed for starters. So I actually wanted to get a Great Dane, and that was what I wanted at first, and we were gonna get a Great Dane. After watching countless YouTube videos and thinking about my lifestyle, we decided to go against the Great Dane thing because it was just too big. In terms of, you know, we live in London, and I am going to be bringing this dog to work with me potentially, photo shoots, you know, up north or wherever I'm going. I envisage this dog coming with me. So I think it would be a bit too far. I think it would be a little bit too far. It would be a little bit too much to ask people if I was going to go away. Do you mind looking after my Great Dane, which is the same size as a horse? I thought was a little bit too far. So we compromised on a Hungarian Vizsla, which I'm really excited. A few of my friends have Vizslas. They've got really good temperament. They're really, really good with kids. Not that I have kids, but it's just really important that they're a family dog and that they're friendly and easy to train. And so those were the main points. However, every single person that I have said that I'm getting a Vizsla to, they're like, for your first time dog, you crazy? Like, are you nuts? And I'm a bit baffled, but I have actually watched a few people's YouTubes, and they do seem a bit crazy. But I'm a bit crazy as well, so I feel like I can really relate to that. So I'm really excited, but I just want to show you what I've got. I want to get into it. I'm going to basically start the puppy diaries. So this episode is going to be all about like what dog bed have I bought, and what food I'm going to get the puppy on, and am I going to crate train, and what toys am I going to let my puppy play with, and training. Because I am a firm believer, if you have a medium or large size dog, you have to train your dog. Like, in my head, I'm just thinking, who doesn't train their medium or large size dog? As much as you think you could probably train it on your own, I just think, why not get a professional in? And we are actually going to get our dog professionally trained, because ultimately they can cause damage, and because they are medium sized, if they jump up on a child, like, they can cause harm. So I just think it's the right thing to do for me, for us, that we are training our dog from pretty much when we first get him. And I say him because he is a boy, even though I wanted a girl. We have show type. We've basically got a show type Vizsla, so it's not got any working blood in his veins, so he should be of a smaller Vizsla type, but again, I'm not hopeful because I've seen his paws and they do look pretty huge, so we shall see. But yeah, let's go to the living room where the crate is, where the toys. I've bought his first collar, and I might even reveal the name. Let's go. Ta-da! Look how cute this is. Like, I would sleep in it. It's fit for a human person. So basically, a lot of people are, I think when people first get dogs, there's this whole, are you going to crate train your dog? Like, are you going to lock it away? Oh, that's cruel. I am going to crate train my dog. I want it to have a safe space where it feels like it can take itself off, go into the crate, and I want it to be a place of calm. I want it to be a place where if the dog feels overwhelmed, if it is scared, if it just needs some time out, the crate is the perfect place. We've obviously got a myriad of different blankets in here. It's got a lovely cute little mattress. And I've just tried to make it really cozy. I'm probably going to put some hot water bottles in there as well, especially for the first week that we get him. But I think it's easier for the owners and also for the dogs if they have a place where they know is their bed and a place where they know that they can go, where they feel relaxed and calm. And I know the first 2 weeks it's going to be really, really difficult to crate train. But I just think it's the right thing to do because I don't want the dog to be coming upstairs, sleeping upstairs, weeing upstairs and whatever. And most of the time dogs do not wee and urinate where they sleep. So I think it's just a good training thing. I don't think crate training is forever by any stretch, but I do think it is important to do when you first get a dog, because otherwise it's going to be outside your door, howling, barking, scratching, and it doesn't have that time out to relax. Now, I'm going to make this crate a very happy place where we're going to do a lot of positive reinforcement. So, for example, I've been reading this book about how the best way is to crate train, and it's to make it not seem like a punishment, and to make it seem like a happy place, and a place where they are fond of, and a place where they know that they're going to get rewarded if they go into the crate. So, for example, we're going to put it in and out of the crate during the day. We're going to kind of do some like treat stuff and put it in there, give it a treat, and make sure it doesn't, howl or bark. And then as kind of the days go on, like I will kind of, shut the door, have him in there, and literally for 5 seconds, as soon as if he doesn't howl, then I'll come straight back out and I'll give him a treat. Just so he knows that it's just like I think it's a positive experience when he goes in there. But yeah, so I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, and I just know that a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, you can't believe you're locking your dog away, you horrible witch." But at the end of the day, I think it is the best thing. It's to give your dog structure, and dogs love routine. And from all the books that I've read, is that the more routine you can give them, the better. So if I make sure that my dog knows that it's bedtime at 10 p.m. and it has to stay in there for the duration of the night, and then it gets let out in the morning, I think that's a good thing, because it gets used to the fact that this is its bed essentially. Just like we go to bed in the evening and we know that that's our place to sleep, it's bad routine for us to know that we can sleep on the sofa, or I could sleep at my friend's house. It's good to have a routine and structure. But I think especially for the first 2 weeks, we are going to be locking the crate, making sure that he's fine, and the crate also, key to say, we're not going to leave it downstairs for the first week or so. We're actually going to have the crate up in our room, so that, if it does cry, which we know it will, then I can just put my hand in, it will know that I'm there. I'm going to put some hot water bottles in there, and so hopefully that will help, and then we'll kind of slowly move it downstairs when it feels more comfortable. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of it, to be honest, that I've put this thing together, and that it's got loads of lovely gifts. I also went a bit OTT on the toys. I imagine that'll probably get quite annoying as the weeks go on. But I just, I want the puppy to be having the best time. I want him to be happy. I want him to be healthy. I even bought this natural de-stress and calming plug diffuser, which I've heard is really helpful for them, especially when they're in their crate and you're crate training. It's just basically to ease their stress, to kind of just calm them out and just make them feel really at home and just not anxious or anything. And I think, to be honest, it's going to be really, really, really difficult for me to actually crate train this dog, because I love dogs. I've always wanted to be a dog mum. I'd never ever want this dog to feel upset or rejected or separation anxiety or anything like that. I just think that after reading, especially on the breed, they have to have a place to go. and they have to know as well that like they can't just come upstairs and jump on the bed whenever they want. It's just bad discipline, and I think the more harsh you are to start off with, like the better behaved dog you have like along the line. And also, it's not a place of like, oh, you have to go in the crate because you've been naughty. It's literally just it's bed and it's a place to sleep. Okay, this is the cutest thing. I have gone puppy overload. So this is gonna be his first collar. I got them from this website called Lords and Labradors. I got one that's gonna be bigger, obviously when he's a big strapping lad, but this one's for when he's a little puppy. I don't really envisage him wearing a collar all day long, only really if we take him out. But I just thought they were really, really cute. They look kind of like quite tweed. When they're young, when they're puppies, they sleep every hour and a half or every 2 hours. Otherwise they get overtired, they get overwhelmed. So we decided to buy a puppy pen, because what I don't want to be happening is every single time that I feel like he needs a rest or a break, I don't want to put him in here, because I feel like he's going to be like, oh, I don't want to go in there. That's a place where she puts me where I know that I have to go to sleep. So instead, we're going to get a puppy play pen and put a different bed in there so that he can still kind of roam around, he can play with his toys, but it's just time that he can have on his own, where he doesn't necessarily need us. And like, I do want him to get into the habit of like self-soothing, playing with himself, and taking himself off to sleep, but without being confined in such a small area, especially during the day. So we're going to set that up in the next couple of days. But yeah, I'm really, really excited. We actually get him really, really soon. I feel like I feel underprepared, even though I know I've got this all set up and we've still got like 10 days until we get him. But I just want him to have the happiest life ever. Okay, let me just go through the tick list that other people have actually said to me about getting a puppy. First thing, crate training is a must, apparently, with working breeds and big dogs. Secondly, keep them on the food that they were on, that they've already been being fed, if that makes sense. So I think our puppy is on like grain-free something. I did write it down, but anyway, just stick to the food that they are already on, because otherwise they get an upset tummy. Next point is make sure that you're getting your dog from 1, a licensed breeder, or 2, a rescue dog. I did actually look into some rescue dogs, but they just weren't the breeds that I wanted. And I did actually really have a look around, and I couldn't find any like rescue Vizslas. It's definitely something that I would look for in the future, because I don't think this will be my last dog. But just make sure you're getting it from the right people, because when I was looking on different websites and people selling dogs and people breeding their dogs, some people have no experience in dogs. And I think people don't understand that if you're getting your dog from somewhere that isn't licensed and isn't a registered breeder, you can have a myriad of problems, health problems and breeding problems, and it will just cost you money along the way. So just make sure, especially for a Vizslas, things to look out for is hip and elbow score, because Vizslas are really prone to getting hip dysplasia. So that's really, really important, something you should definitely be asking. You should 100% be able to see the mum. It's not always common with the dad, but definitely the mum. The mum should be there, and if it's not, then that's a huge red flag. I'm trying to think what else. I think for the first week and 2 weeks, just putting your puppy first. Like, don't have a shitload of people over. Make sure the puppy's really, really feeling safe. Because let's remember, they won't remember you for the first week, and they won't know who you are. Obviously, they will get used to you, but it's the first time they're being away from their siblings, away from their mum. So just try and be really super sensitive to the fact that they will be anxious. They might have some toilet accidents. In fact, they probably will have some toilet accidents. They will feel overwhelmed, and to just keep them at home and in an environment that they feel comfortable in is really important, especially for the first 2 weeks. Limit guests. Don't do like a hot potato situation with your puppy, because it will just get anxiety with people. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm also excited to share with you that I will be training my dog with this amazing dog trainer, which you're gonna see in the next kind of episode. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, my loves, and I'm really excited to take you on my puppy diaries. And yeah, see you soon.